Brian Brown is known in racing circles as one of the toughest competitors of modern-day sprint car racing. Blackjack shuffled the deck for 2022, with Knoxville Raceway's winningest driver, Danny Lasowski, turning the wrenches on his famous 21. Brown was poised to contend for yet another track championship. Starting off the season with a win, Brown made it clear he would be a contender by securing the first 200 points of the championship season and his 57th 410 win. Win 58 came a-calling on Hy-Vee night and an impressive win over the World of Outlaws to secure win number 59, tying him with Terry McCarl for third on the all-time win list. As Brown crossed the line winning the 3M makeup feature, he secured his fifth 410 track championship and tied the legendary Doug Wolfgang for second on the all-time win list behind his uncle Danny Lasowski. Please welcome Blackjack Brian Brown.
First of all, and I'm probably going to try to be as quick as I can, but I have a lot of great people to thank for our race team. First of all, I'd like to thank all of Knoxville Raceway office and staff for this beautiful banquet. I think we should all give them a round of applause for unbelievable. I don't think the Outlaws have this nice a banquet. Also, I'd like to just proud of our team, a great 2020 season, 5 feature wins. Beating the Outlaws is something I feel like as a group, as a whole, as a Knoxville regulars is very important to us. You always see the Outlaws when they go to Pennsylvania and they get beat by the posse and they get online and the fans are proud. So I think it's so important for us, whether it's me or Aaron or anybody, Austin, to be able to beat the Outlaws on our home turf and to represent Knoxville Raceway. I'd like to thank Danny. I never knew it was going to be like working with my uncle. He's been with us for a year and a half. He's going back to Florida and won't be with us next year, but he served us very well and very, very appreciative of being able to work with one of my heroes growing up racing. And he brought a lot to the table, a lot that I'll take down the road and hopefully make our race team better long term. I want to thank my dad. A lot of guys have mentioned their dad throughout the night or Terry with his kids throughout the night. Not many people get to work side by side with their dad on a daily basis. I'm very, very lucky. He comes to the shop every single day, goes with the races, 95% of the time, does whatever I ask. Some of the craziest things that I ask him to do, he never questions it. I love him and I appreciate him, all the hard work he's ever given me, and thanks for that. The general of our team, my grandpa George, he had 6 bypasses in June, so having that get said to you when you're in the room with your ultimate hero, it's very scary. And many of you guys know my grandpa, and there's not a person in this world that dislikes him, I don't feel like. They may hate me and they may hate Danny, but they love George. And just glad he got through that surgery well. He's told me the other day he's 85. He feels like he's 60, which is dangerous because he just goes 90 to nothing. But glad to have him. Lath, Chatty, Justin Lahr, he 18-year-old kid from Pennsylvania, took a chance on our team, came out. I don't have a son, but I tease him that he is my son, and proud of him, all the hard work and what he brought to the team, and look forward for you to be with us for a long time. My stepmom Cindy sells a lot of our t-shirts, kind of like my dad does. Anything we'll ask. We appreciate her. My beautiful wife Heather. She's called the wife, but I think there's sometimes, as most of you racers know, there's the psychiatrist or the babysitter or whatever. So I couldn't do it without you, and I wouldn't want to do it without you. So your support means the world. A lot of the ride home is when I'm angry. You keep me going and make sure my head's in the right direction. All of our partners, Casey's FEP, Andy's Frozen Custard, Impact Signs, JD Welding, Rowdy Energy, Ditzfield Transfer, Champion Oil, Housby, MC Power, Smiley's, and Waldinger. All of our product partners such as Garrett Engines, Maxim, FK Shocks, Vortex Wings, Weld Wheels, Schoenfeld, and FSR. My safety equipment, without them, obviously there's been some bad wrecks that we've seen on the screen, and there's been some bad wrecks throughout the year, but I'm never worried when I'm wearing a Bell helmet, K1 suits, Clem helmets, Butler belt, Ultra Seat belts. Over at our table here, we have some very special guests I'd like to recognize tonight that's helped us a long time, but especially this year. Don and Charlene Lamberti. Without you guys, there would be no Brian Brown Racing, and I'm very much appreciative of what you've did for the sport of sprint car racing, not only for my team and Gil Saunders' team and Lonnie Parsons' team, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I'm glad you're on my side. Bob and Janice Myers, another one that's been there from day one and really supported us. Couldn't do it without your friendship and support, Bob. Katie Petru and Josh, her husband with Casey's General Store, or Casey's now as we call it. Thanks for all you guys do. As it grows and as we new marketing people come into Casey's, you never know how that's going to work. They've been great to work with. You have great ideas and look forward to continue to work with you guys. David and Julie Goodson with Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps. Not a lot of people know, but David was probably my first or second ever sponsor back when I first started in Sedalia. And to have his company, MSI back then transitioned to Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps. They do our scoreboard at the track. His friendship, his support means the world, and thank you, David and Julie, for all you guys do. Brian and Gina Isaacson with JD Welding. I think our partnership started 5 or 6 years ago. I put an ad on social media. I was looking for a nose wing partner, and lo and behold, you guys sent me an email, and not only you guys great partners, but great friends. You fed us during the Knoxville Nationals every single day. I told her to bring a sandwich and chips. And that turned into one day we had Latin King. So, and we do love Latin King, but that's not what, definitely we appreciate, but not expected. Cassandra and Tyler, Trinity Wolf Eye Clinic. We had LASIK surgery about 10 years ago. We pretty much everybody we know have been able to have the surgery, and you've been a great partner. We appreciate you guys. I'd also like to recognize a couple people that I've lost in my internal circle in 2022 who I wouldn't be here without. You don't get 60 wins without win number one, and win number one was with Lonnie Parsons. We lost Lonnie this year, and he took a chance on me when he probably never even should have. And I think that was 2003, and thank you very much, Lonnie, for that. Tony Ross was another guy who had American Compressed Steel, longtime supporter of Danny's, and now he has a company, MC Power. He passed away this summer. And then another one who's helped us all, who I don't think has been mentioned enough tonight, from what he does with, or what he did with the fuel cards, is Marty Howard. I'm sure he's touched all you guys, or have given to a lot of you guys in this room, and we're going to miss all three of those individuals, but they've touched me in different ways, and I want to make sure to mention them. In closing, I'd like to thank the fans. I was lucky enough to get the Junior Fan Club Award. A lot of those younger fans have turned into my bigger fans, and a lot of great support. The 3G, Kelly, guys like that have been there from day one, that come down when I run bad or run good. They're there to give their support. John McCoy and all his staff. It was awesome that John got that award, the Ted Johnson Award at the World Finals. I don't know if a lot of people know how hard he worked with Jamie Moyle to make sure we had tires this year. Stuff like that. He should be the promoter every year, promoter of the year every year, but this year I think he especially worked harder than most and very much deserve that. The KRCO, all the girls that go around selling 50-50 tickets, all that hard work doesn't go unnoticed. That money that gets donated goes to all of us, where we can have better safety equipment than we probably had, the previous year. So we appreciate that. A lot of you guys have mentioned Chris Duncan and his team. They do a phenomenal job making sure the track, I'm probably like Terry and like Austin mentioned, I'm probably complaining. Me and Chris have had a couple heated conversations that how come it's like this, or why would you do this? And by the end of the night, it's 2 or 3 wide, and you can race all over. All the push truck drivers, we can't start these sprint cars without push trucks, and they're there. It rains. They're out there packing the track. Their trucks got mud all over it. They go to Casey's and get the gas, which is good, but just thankful for them. Bob Baker in the Hall of Fame, they do so much. They're located on the grounds, but they do so much more to support the track in many different ways. And Bob's the guy every single night that comes down and thanks. Hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. And we don't take that for granted. I'd also like to recognize another individual who's given a lot of her time to Knoxville Raceway, and she did retire this year. So Kim DeLong, I'd like to thank her on all of her hard work she did in the office. Answering that phone, saying, "Are you rained out?" and I have to answer that's, I'm sure, not a fun job. And she worked very hard. And thankful for her, and congrats on your retirement. To end this, I'd like to leave everybody with this. Racing at Knoxville Raceway and winning the championship is not something I ever take for granted. Everywhere I go, and people say, you race at Knoxville? And I say, yes. It's an honor to represent Knoxville wherever I go throughout the country. And I'm proud to be known as a Knoxville Championship Cup champion. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys again in 2023.